Hello, hello, hello. Here we are again. Welcome to Total Inspiration. Today, I would like to address something that I used to say when I was younger. Um, maybe, maybe even 5 to 10 years ago, I probably was thinking those thoughts. And I heard someone say that this morning when I was listening to a program, and the person said, and you probably can relate because most of us, our society has wired us to think and to behave. And the saying goes, I am not going to expect too much. I'm not going to get my hopes up. I am not going to dream any bigger. I'm not going to I'm not going to want any more than I have. I'm just going to be satisfied with this little that I have. Because in that way, I won't get disappointed. Now, has anything to that effect ever crossed your lips, crossed your heart, crossed your mind? Or is that part of your belief system? And if it is, today I'd like to challenge that because it's such a limitation. What a limited way of thinking. I remember thinking like that. I remember it so, so clearly. And I remember when I said it with such conviction because I believed, why do I want more? Why do people always want more? People are so greedy. Why can't they just be satisfied with the little that they have? You got breath in your lungs and you got a nice little job. And, what do you want more for? I remember being there. And I challenge you because why not? We are designed to want more. And I'm not talking wanting more in a selfish, greedy way, but we're wired to do more, to express more, to give more, to love more. Look at nature. Everything in nature is expressing more of itself. Okay? You call the weeds weed because they pop up all over the place, and the flowers, they proliferate by bringing their best nature to us. So why don't we want more? Why don't we want more? Animals, you see them reproducing, and we also reproduce because we want more of who we are on the planet to bring on and carry on the human race. So when people say they want more love or they want more money or they want more adventure, more excitement, more happiness, what is wrong with that? What is wrong with any of that? Because all of those things is to the expression of more life. You have more money, for example, because that's one of the big ones. The love of money is the root of all evil, is what people think of when they hear about wanting more money. Money is important. We all need it. We need it to buy our food. We need it to express our love to one another. We need it for the house we live in, the car we drive. We need it for so many things, for all the commodities and all the fun that we want to have. So why is it such a bad thing? I can understand there are people out there that probably have a lot of money and they don't want to share and they keep it to themselves. And, if you have money or if you don't have money, it's a choice at the end of the day. It's a choice at the end of the day. And the fact that you're going to go, I'm not going to expect too much. I'm not going to expect this to happen. Or I'm not going to go for my dreams so that if things don't work out, then I won't be disappointed. That is kind of crazy and where money is concerned. But I'm going to go back to the point I was making. We are all creators. We're here to create. And whether you limit yourself thinking that I can't do that, I'm not good enough, I'm not the right person, or I can't be as good as that person over there, and we compare and contrast ourselves with others. And based on the life that we grew up in or things that we see people doing, then we end up limiting ourselves, thinking that we can't achieve or we're not good enough to have this or that thing. Well, think about it, because you're a creator. Every one of us has the ability to create. We're energetic beings, and the energy that we produce inside ourselves based on our beliefs and our thoughts and our emotions is basically what we're going to attract to ourselves. I talk about this all the time. Everything in life comes back down to the very same thing. It doesn't matter what it is that you're doing. I don't care who you are. And whether you are a Buddhist monk, whether you are a nurse or a doctor, whether you are a very wealthy entrepreneur or the wealthiest man in the world or the poorest man in the world. Everything that you're experiencing is based on your vibration, is based on the frequency that you are emitting into the universe, into the cosmos, which is giving you the life that you are experiencing. So when you're saying that, I'm not going to expect anything, so I won't be disappointed, you limit yourself because you're basically setting your vibration so low so that nothing more can come to you. You can't attract anything more. You don't bother dreaming. You just go to work, you come home, you sit in front of the TV maybe, yeah, and you just do the small things. You create this small world for yourself. I mean, if that's how you want to live and it gives you joy, by all means, continue to do that. That is your purpose. Carry on. But if you are finding yourself miserable, you're creating these beliefs inside your head and you're miserable with them, then it's not your station. It's not where you're called to be in this lifetime. Okay, whatever you're called to be is going to light you up. It's going to make you feel good inside. And if you don't feel good inside, you're not there yet. So just watch the things that you're saying to yourself. You're meant to dream. You're meant to dream the biggest, highest, best dream for yourself, for what your heart desires. And, there is, when I talk about heart desires and heart coherence and heart energy, we all have this ability to really look within ourselves to see whether we're limiting ourselves or not. And if we are honest and really true about it, we can come up with something better for ourselves. I remember being like this. I remember thinking that the world was against me and it was that person's fault or this person's fault, or it was my upbringing. And I come from a poor background, so therefore I can never really get to where I really wanted. But life is not just about having loads of money. Money is very important, but we have to look beyond what the money brings. The money brings the achievements of satisfaction, of the place you want to live, the places you want to visit, the gifts you want to impart on others. So those things are what we should be focusing on. And if you want to allow yourself to dream about taking your family on a lovely vacation, buying your mom or your family or a family member a nice house in the countryside, or fulfilling a dream, a true purpose, giving back to humanity, and really letting your light shine, letting your purpose come alive to impart so many beautiful things to so many people on the planet. Everybody has a purpose here. Everyone has a purpose here. And your purpose should light you up. It's something that you love to do. And sometimes we think, okay, I really like to play music, or I like to sing, or I like to read. And those, I like to draw pictures and create artwork. And even today, people think that those things don't, you can't make money from those things. You can't make a living from those things. Well, you can. There's so many things now that once upon a time we couldn't make a living from, that we can. I mean, for example, people on YouTube at the moment, all they do is share. They share information, their own knowledge with each other. And based on the amount of subscriptions and likes and watches and views that they have, then they're creating, their pot of money. So there's something there that you can do as well. It doesn't have to be a YouTube video. It could be something else. You could be writing a book. You could be writing a course. You could go and speak to people in your community. There are thousands of things that you could be doing. So whatever is pulling you out, do not block your dreams with limited thinking, saying, oh, I might be disappointed. Failure is a part of success. And if you are not prepared to fail or to come up against some sort of struggle or something pushing back at you, then okay, stay where you are, because you're not going to get anywhere if you don't know how to push back. And the pushback doesn't necessarily have to be something negative and forceful and worky. It can be something that we do to elevate ourselves, to teach ourselves, to move to the next level. And it can be fun. So as long as we're open to it, when we open our energy to receive things that are fun in an easy way, in a way of flow and fluidity, then that's what we also attract. So it's your headspace, it's your mindset that's going to get you or not get you where you want to get. And every successful person anywhere in the globe will tell you it's not about the money, it's about your headspace. Yeah, it's about your headspace. That's what brings you the success. Because there are a lot of people out there that don't have a lot of money, but they're doing the things that they love and they are achieving the results that they want and they have the satisfaction that they want. But money is great too. So I'm not saying don't pursue that, but pursue what your purpose is and what you want the money for. Because your purpose is usually to impart something onto yourself or to onto others. And usually one comes with the other, because once you start imparting things onto yourself and you start learning and growing, you automatically want to share, because that's how we are wired, because we're all connected. We are not different. We are taught to disconnect from each other, but in the grand scheme of things, we're all energy beings, and energy is always intermingling. Okay, and the like attracts like. So the like if you're vibrating at the same frequency as somebody else, then you tend to attract that person. So whether you're attracting someone negative in your life, someone positive in your life, that's up to you. And so just remember, misery likes company. So if you find yourself attracting a lot of misery, a lot of stress, a lot of strain, then just check the thinking that you've got, because it starts with you. It doesn't start with anybody outside of you. And even if you were brought up in that sort of environment, you're grown up now. You're a grown person. You're not a child anymore. So nobody is responsible for you. So you can change that. You're the only one that is responsible to change that behavior, change that way of thinking, so your actions can change, and then your outcomes can also change. Okay, so the next time you catch yourself going, I'm not going to dream any bigger, I'm not going to expect anything more, then stop yourself in your tracks and go, actually, no, I am going to dream, because naturally it's what we do. You always find yourself daydreaming. Whether it's something positive or negative, the universe will give you just the same. So why not change the negative stuff into something that's more positive, more fulfilling, that's really going to light you up, and also spark a lovely torch for someone in your life or a bunch of people in your life to follow and to be inspired by. I was reading, and it's a book I read many years ago, but I started reading it again. It's a book by Joe Dispenza called Becoming Supernatural. I think it was first in Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. But anyway, I'm reading Becoming Supernatural at the moment. And in there is a diagram. It's a diagram of what happens when we start focusing our energy outside of ourselves. It basically takes energy away from us, because we're energy beings. Imagine you're an energy being, and every time you emit some energy over here, and energy over here, and emit some energy over here, you're taking energy away from yourself. So, for example, you're worried about paying your mortgage. You're worried about paying for the car. You got to get a new car. You're worried about something your coworker said that really upset you, and now you keep pondering about it. Some family member and you're having a problem with, and you're taking all of this energy away from your body. And what happens? You feel low. You feel irritable. You feel stressed. You feel angry, and that's all such low vibrations, because you're putting all your energy out there at all these things that are going on around you, which makes you your love and yourself, your personality, a conditional person. So for someone to get something from you, you're expecting to get something back, because you need to siphon someone's energy in order to feed yourself. So your love becomes conditional, as opposed to unconditional. Now, the reverse of that is, imagine you're sitting or you're lying in your meditation, you close your eyes for 10, 15 minutes, and you're focusing energy inside yourself. You're thinking of things of love and joy and gratitude, and you're filling your body up with this beautiful energy. And it's great, and you can feel it bubbling. You start feeling electric and magnetic, and you're building this beautiful electromagnetic field around you, which means instead of energy moving away from you, you're creating energy. So your energy is big. What happens when your energy is big? It's electric. it's attractive. You know, you're smiling more, you're feeling better, you're feeling great, you're bouncing around, you have great advice, you want to love everybody, you want to share, you want to give. And people find that attractive. And I'm pretty sure you probably experienced that at some point in your life. You know, I experienced it many times when I wasn't in relationships and I was, I was building up myself, and all these people, all these guys would come to me and want to take me out and want to ask me out because your energy is good and that's when it's attractive. But when you're miserable and you're down and you're just focusing on everything outside of you and just letting your energy just get stolen by everything, then there's no attraction to be had. So if you want to be attractive to the good things in life, to the good people in life, to money, to anything in your life, to the loving relationships, to the adventure and the great spiritual funness of life, the soulfulness of yourself. If you want to be attractive and attracting that, then you have to look inside of yourself. You got to big yourself up. You got to feed yourself good vibrations, good energy, So don't look at the things that are stressful. Sometimes I know you have to be in them, but you don't have to give them your energy. Just see them for what they are and deal with them as quickly as you can. And for the things that you can't do anything about, turn away from them. It says, turn the other cheek, which means turn yourself away and walk in the other direction. Okay, until you come up against something more positive. And another thing that I tell you as well is, according to the science, this is science, this is solid science, and many scientists will say it, and many books you read on positive thinking, manifestation, law of attraction will tell you the very same thing. Your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between whether you are imagining something, so you close your eyes and you make up a scene in your head, like you're on vacation, or you've bought this beautiful holiday home in France, in the Caribbean, or anywhere in the world, and you're sitting outside by the pool, after just having a swim, and you're looking at the beautiful panoramic view of the ocean, and you're really reveling in the feeling of that, and you've got your loved ones around you, and all is well. Everybody's happy. You close your eyes and you start making that situation real inside yourself. Your brain doesn't know the difference if it's real or if it's imagined. So you can really create any sort of energy, any sort of feelings that you want inside of yourself just by imagination alone. You don't have to go to the place. You can go there inside your mind. So I remember growing up, I always was told to get my head out of the clouds. So my imagination was kind of wane. When people talk about imagining something, I found it very difficult. But it took me some years to practice and practice and practice. Now my imagination is brilliant. I can just drop down into a thought, into a scene, to creating something beautiful, and see myself in it like it's real, and feeling and smelling and tasting and being a part of it, And my brain doesn't know the difference between whether it's real or it's not. And 9 times out of 10, eventually that situation becomes mine. It becomes mine, or something like it. It comes to me for me to choose. Is it this that you want? Is it that you want? Because there's a part in your brain called the reticular activating system. Once you expose what your desires are, what your wants are, what the things that you are passionate and curious about, once you start showing that to that part of the brain, it goes out. It basically is almost like a little elf that just goes out and it goes, oh, is this what you want? Is this what you want? And it's bringing you all these things for you to look at. It's almost like when you buy a new car, you see this car and you're like, oh, I love this car. It's amazing. You never looked at it before because you're only looking at it now because you need a car. You look at the car, you really love the car. Now, finally, you have the car, you sat behind the wheel. And every car that you see that passes, every second or third car is like, oh, there's my car. There's my car. Suddenly you're seeing the car everywhere. So it's the same thing. You may be talking about something right now, and then you get online, and it's almost like you think somebody's watching you or listening to you. I'm sorry. watching or listening to you because the very thing that you've been talking about or discussing has popped up on the screen, or somebody sent you a book and it's about the same thing. As I was talking about the Becoming Supernatural by Dr. Joe Dispenza, the same thing happened. I started reading another book called The Energy Code, and the same pictures were in there of this energy leaving the body from some. And I was just like, when you're in that sort of state of energy, you attract more like it. So likewise, when you're thinking low and negatively and taking, and sometimes we're not even watching our thoughts. You've got to watch your thoughts. Watch your thoughts, because your thoughts are everything, because then your thoughts create the electric activity, and then your body, your heart creates the magnetism, which pulls what you want. So your thoughts, put it out there, your heart, the emotions, pull it back into you. Okay, so one comes with the other, which creates that electromagnetic frequency that you are, that all of you, that's all of you. Okay, you're not your mind or your body, you're electric magnetic frequency that comes through all of that. So don't be saying that you're not going to dream big. Dream big. Dream as big as you can, because then you make everything possible for you. And focus on the good stuff. Sit down and write these things down. Start rewiring your brain. Stop thinking about all the negative stuff, because it's not going to support you in your life, and it's only going to drag you down, you and those around you. And for those around you who are negative, see them less, or don't see them at all if you can. Obviously, for family members, it's difficult, but see them less if you can, or just don't get caught up in the discussions, the negativity. Change the subject if you can, turn it around if you can, or just don't participate in it. Okay, I hope that makes sense. And I'm going to go now because I've been talking for too long. And I wish you a wonderful, wonderful day. Big dreams, expect great things. Expect great things, because in expecting great things, you receive great things. Sending you lots of love and wishing you a wonderful day full of light and hope and joy and peace and dreams. Till next time. Cheers.